associated with the 9/11 Air Wing in Pittsburgh. He has a total of 32 months of post 9/11 active duty service in Kuwait, Germany, and Afghanistan. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you Master Sergeant Matthew Wagner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pasquale. I'd also like to thank the New Brighton Memorial Day Foundation for inviting me to be here today. In summer 1863, Galveston, Texas, a Confederate major ordered an attack on a Union ship that was out in the harbor. The Union ship surrendered and the Confederates boarded it. When the major who ordered the attack got on board the ship, he found his son, who had chosen to fight for the Union, dying on board the ship from the attack that he had just ordered. His son paid the price for freedom that day. He was killed by the attack ordered by his father. World War II, Pacific Theater, 1943. Admiral William Halsey mistakenly led his entire Third Fleet on a collision course with a typhoon. 798 Americans got killed in the storm. One of the ships that sank, the USS Hull, it had 13 fathers on it who, when they left the States, they left pregnant wives. Of those 13 men that went to the sea that night, 3 of them survived. 10 mothers who lost sons, 10 wives who were widowed, 10 children that would never meet their fathers. They all paid the price for freedom that day. Vietnam, 1968. 2 Marines, Fred Schreckengrost and Robert Greer, were with their unit and got lost. The 2 members went missing in action, and months went by before anything was heard from them. There was speculation and rumors that the 2 men had switched sides and began to fight with the North Vietnamese against their fellow Marines. 34 years later, their bodies were discovered in Vietnam, where they apparently had been executed that day that they went missing. Those 2 young men paid the price for freedom that day, and their families paid the price for freedom for 34 years without knowing what happened to their sons. 1991, the Saudi Arabian desert, an Iraqi Scud missile hit a U.S. Army base where members from a Greensburg, Pennsylvania reserve unit were stationed. 13 of those reservists were killed instantly when that missile hit, and 13 of their families were affected immediately. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, they all paid the price for freedom that day. Most Americans don't know these stories. Some Americans don't want to know. I want to know them, and you want to know them because you and I are different. You and I are here because we believe in what this day represents. We believe in the parade, the kids singing, the kids reciting the Gettysburg Address. Those things mean something to us. When we hear the Star-Spangled Banner, that means something to us. Those words are true to us. That's why we're here. The Pledge of Allegiance, those words mean something to us. When we see the flag, that means something to us. Those men and women, throughout the years that have passed away, defending it, that's what it represents. And those of us that believe in what they did. I think it is so very important that we continue to have events like today. The parade, the speeches, the communities coming together to remember for a few hours what so many Americans gave for us. And I think it's important that us, the adults,